This is Tom Rakow with the Christian Deer Hunters Association, and also with me is a member, Al Teubert, and he is also a avid fly fisherman, and he is real involved with the Laughing Trout fly fishing club. And under normal circumstances, we have them at the expo, the Big Little Hunting and Fishing Expo, and Al and some others are tying, and that is always a really popular thing. Lots of kids come, and what I've always noticed too, that it seems like the papers like to get a picture of that activity. So welcome, Al.
Well, thank you.
And so how long you been fly fishing? And
probably 25 years.
Okay.
I was a bobber guy before that, but about 25 years when I first started building the rods.
Okay.
And probably about that same time I got involved with Laughing Trout.
Okay. And Al builds, in fact, this is one of the rods right here.
That's right.
He built, my wife, she says it's her rod, but I consider it mine. And a beautiful fly rod, and I've certainly caught fish on mine, and it's guaranteed to catch fish, I think, if you fish long.
Yeah, sooner or later you'll get, you know, even if it's a minnow, right?
That's right,
you
that's
will.
right.
I fish around here a lot for panfish, and this rod is actually designed for that, for fishing for sunfish and crappies, and this size rod I've even caught the northerns on it, not dirt, but a lot of fight in them.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us about
Okay,
it? So this rod is going to be auctioned off.
This is a 7-foot 4-to-5 weight rod. Now this is made out of Tonkin cane. It's 6 different strips in here.
Wow.
That's planed down to a certain taper and designed for that type of fishing. And it comes complete with a reel, and it's ready to go. The fly line is on there, and the leader, everything is there. So you can just take this and tie a fly on it, and you just take it out and use it right from the get-go.
Awesome.
And roughly probably 40 hours of work in this here, where each one of these pieces has to be planed down and stuff. And I haven't explained that at the expo a lot, but there is a lot of work involved in this. The wraps are silk, traditional as what they should be. They're wrapped in silk, and the reel seat is turned. I turn that on a lathe. I buy the rings, and sometimes I buy the cork. But if I look at this, I believe I've formed this one.
Wow.
So most of this work is done by hand.
And you've been doing it for years, and so when you say 40 hours, that's not learning curve. You know what you're doing, and it's still
right. That's right. It took me several years to make the forms for this here.
Okay.
You know, that I didn't even make a rod for once I got interested. And if I can just go back a little bit, I'll explain that. My mother gave me a rod that my father had in the basement a long time ago, and it was in kind of rough shape. And I looked at it and I stripped it down and put new guides and everything on it and the wraps. And I said, that was easy.
Wow.
It was simple. I can make a whole bunch of these because I thought you just filed this down. So then I got a book, and what a surprise. You know, then it was, gosh, I have to make each one of these separate. And there's probably, I don't know how many different old makers of these, old creators.
Okay.
And each one of them had their own design for their tapers.
Okay.
So I could go online and get a taper that's probably 150 years old.
Wow.
With modern technology, and use that same one. And so that's the beauty of it, is I can go and I can copy these wonderful fly rod makers and how they develop their tapers and stuff.
Wow. Awesome.
And this one is from I only know his last name is Cross. This is a cross taper, and it was designed for panfish.
So that was probably somebody in the United States here, but
Yes.
I'm sure some
Yeah.
of these forms
Yeah.
are from Great Britain or wherever.
Oh, yes, yeah, that was big over there.
Yeah.
And I've made a couple other ones. There's F.E. Thomas, and I can go on a lot of names. And the club, I've made some for the club.
Okay.
And this is a 4 or 5. They like a little lighter rod, so they go with a 3-weight.
Okay.
And it's just a beautiful, nice casting rod.
But here's this, so
4 or 5.
Yeah, and you have a little bit of writing on there too.
Okay, yeah, it says Matthew 4:19.
And follow me
And I will make you fishers of men, okay? And then it has the Christian Deer Hunters Association on there. And this one here, because it was for last year, it has the date of 3/20 on it.
So,
yeah.
so it's aged and ready to go.
Oh,
So-
yes, this is water ready.
Well,
Totally
Al,
water ready.
we're gonna come back and talk some more, but if you look, this is an auction item you can bid on. I'm thinking, wow, what a great Father's Day present or Mother's Day present, or for your teenager that maybe really wants to get into fly fishing. It's a great outlet. I grew up in south central Wisconsin. We had trout streams all over, and
Yeah.
and some of my greatest memories fishing there on Willow Creek and some of these
Yeah.
other places, Bear Creek. So, well, thank you, Al,
Yeah,
and we're going to
yes.
be back. Al Teubert, he's a member of the Christian Deer Hunters Association, but also representing the Laughing Trout Fly Fishing Club.
That's right.
And they do a great work. In fact, we'll talk about some of the things that are going on.